Hiya, welcome back to my channel. It's Wendy here from Toonpish Crafts and I hope you're doing okay. Now you may remember last week I started work on my sign. I did the dragon and the moth skull, which I think came out absolutely beautiful. It is a matte type mould, I believe. Well, it's got a shimmer to it. It's not completely matte, but it's got a shimmer, but when you dust mica powder it's going to be kind of matte anyway. So this week I'm going to put it all together and I'm going to show you the results at the end, hopefully. And I will put it up in my room, hopefully, and take pictures of it to put at the end. If you haven't subscribed already, consider doing so. It doesn't cost you anything and a thumbs up is always welcome. Comments are always welcome. I'll always answer comments, always get back to people. So yeah, thanks very much for watching. I hope you enjoy the video and I'll be back at the end, hopefully, with the piece. So I'm starting here with a round plate mould and I'm just pouring in some black at the bottom for the base. It's not very thick. Making sure it goes up to the edge. Don't want any bubbles around that edge. Just about enough to cover the edge. And I'm going around the edge with the micro brush to get rid of any bubbles that are trapped in the 90-degree angle. And they do get trapped there. You can see them coming up. Now I don't use heat as much as I used to. I tend to use the isopropyl alcohol. So I've just sprayed that, making sure they're all the bubbles are gone. Now here's the first piece. I've put a very thin layer of clear on top of the black. And I've put the dragon in and now I'm going to put the moth in. If I can fit it. I do move these around quite a lot to get them in the place where I want them. I'm just going to use a paintbrush to pick up the clear resin and coat the two pieces to make them shiny. I don't want to bury them in the resin, but I want them kind of partly submerged. But I want them to be shiny anyway, so I'm using a paintbrush just to coat them to make them look shiny. And it does bring out the colours quite considerably, I think. Now these are crystals that I make, and I make quite a lot of them and put pictures up on Instagram. If you haven't followed me on Instagram, come over and give me a follow. You never know what I'm going to put up on there. I usually put up pieces that I haven't actually made for YouTube, so there's all different kinds of things on there. And these are just ones that I've kept. Whenever I have spare resin, I usually throw it into something, and for a long time it was crystal moulds. So all of these crystal moulds are made from leftover resin. So I've picked out of the box that I have some that complement each other, and again I move them around till I've got them in a place where I'm happy with. I do need to leave a space for my Toonpish wording, so I'm mindful that the space needs to be there somewhere. Some of these I keep, some I take out. I move them around a lot. It's always worth moving things around till you're happy with what it looks like. And here's a close-up of what it looks like at this moment. There is another coat to go. So here you can see I've printed out my logo and I'm deciding whether I want black or white. Now the black actually is a mottled colour black on my logo, so I couldn't use that in the piece because you can see it was a totally different colour black and it didn't look right. So this is on clear decal paper, or waterslide paper. If you have a look at this sign, it's not white background, it's clear. So what I'm doing is I'm taping it down and I'm going to put UV resin over the top. Cure the UV resin so that when you take the backing off, you have the sign separately, if you see what I mean. So I'm just going around the outside with the UV resin. I'm going to get rid of the bubbles with a long neck lighter. And I'm going to cure it. Now this is quick cure UV resin. It's meant to cure in a minute. I usually leave it in there for 10. Then I know it's completely solid and not sticky. So now it's cured up, I'm going to take it off of the tile. It's all the paper, it doesn't matter, the paper's coming off. And I'm just going to wet the back of the sign with some water. And it's so quick this. It's like a temporary tattoo, but there's no stickiness to it. It's extremely quick. And that would have been easier if I'd cut around the sign before I took it off of the backing, so that I could have cut it easier, but now I've got the plastic I'm going to have to cut, so I go round the outside and cut all the plastic off. I'm still learning with this decal paper, but I'm sharing what I learn. So now I realise that when you put it into the mould, into the black, you cannot see it because it's clear, although it's there, and if you lift it up and the light's shining on it, you can see it. It's not going to happen. It's not good enough for me. Now I could print it out again on white decal paper and do it again, but I figured I've printed it, it's here, I might as well just colour the back white. So I've got my white marker and I'm going to go over the entire thing in white. Now it does take a couple of layers. I do go over it a couple of times. It's not perfect, but it's mine and it does the job. I could even have painted it with acrylic paint, but that was in the garage and it's too much hassle trying to find it. So yeah, eventually I got there. And I've got my white sign. You can see it's had a couple of layers and I'm quite happy with that. So now when you put it in, you can actually see it. Now this time I'm using Vista Rapids. I have a little bit of this left. Still waiting for my new supply to arrive. And I'm just going to drop my sign in where I want it and make sure it's completely covered. Now I've got the crystals sticking out, I've got part of the dragon sticking out, and I'm happy with this. I absolutely love it. I've put a silver edging around it and I think it really makes it stand out. That, in my opinion, is gorgeous. Now I know the dragon sticks out proud of the piece and I absolutely love that. I love that he's proud of the piece. Just a little bit of the moth, but still I love that. The crystals I make on Instagram, I'm always making things and putting up pictures on Instagram that not necessarily being filmed for YouTube. So if you want to find out more about me or see more of what I make, come over and visit me on Instagram. I'm always over there. I'm going to go up on my wall. It might even go there. We'll see. But yeah, look at that moth, the way the gold flickers on it. It's gorgeous. Anyway, thank you very much for watching this video. If you've got any comments, ideas, suggestions, just want to say hello, write them in the comments below. Thumbs up is always welcome. And if you haven't subscribed already, consider doing so. It doesn't cost you anything and it really helps me out. Anyway, come back and see me next week. You never know what I'm going to be up to. I'll put some stills up. Have a nice week. Bye for now.